Hello everyone, welcome to Pharmacology Tricks of the Trade, where my goal is simple, teaching pharmacology simply. In the next few minutes, you will discover a powerful idea called the pH partition hypothesis, a concept that quietly decides how drugs enter the body, where they travel, and even how doctors make real clinical decisions. Imagine you are standing in front of a door. If you are carrying a light bag, you can walk through easily. But if you are carrying a huge suitcase, suddenly the same door feels difficult to cross. Many drugs in the body behave in a very similar way. Inside the body, every cell membrane is like that door. A drug can pass through smoothly only when it is in its unionized or uncharged lipid soluble form, light and flexible enough to slip through cell membranes. When the drug becomes ionized or charged and water soluble, movement becomes slow or sometimes almost impossible. What decides whether a drug stays uncharged or becomes charged? The answer is pH. How acidic or alkaline the environment is. pH determines whether a drug remains unionized and lipid soluble or becomes ionized and water soluble. This simple idea is what we called the pH partition hypothesis. Our body is not uniform. The stomach is acidic, the intestine is more alkaline, and the blood is nearly neutral. So, the same drug can change its form as it moves from one place to another. This small environmental shift can significantly influence how much of a drug is absorbed, how quickly it reaches the bloodstream, and where it tends to stay. Now comes an interesting phenomenon called ion trapping. This is not a separate rule. It is actually a result of the same pH partition principle. Think of walking into a room where the door closes behind you and the handle is only on the outside. You are not locked by force, but you cannot leave easily. In the same way, when a drug crosses a membrane in its uncharged lipid soluble form and then becomes charged and water soluble on the other side, it tends to remain there. It is not forced to stay. It simply cannot move back easily. A very common example is aspirin. In the acidic stomach, aspirin is more uncharged and lipid soluble, so it can cross the stomach lining relatively easily. Once it enters the blood, which has a higher pH, it becomes more charged and water soluble and does not return easily. This is ion trapping in action. And this is not just theory. Doctors actually use this principle in real life. In certain drug overdose situations, they may adjust the pH of urine to help the body remove a drug faster by making urine more alkaline or acidic. They can reduce trapping and increase drug elimination. For example, in aspirin overdose, doctors often administer sodium bicarbonate to make the urine more alkaline. This keeps aspirin ionized, reduces its reabsorption, and helps the body eliminate it faster. So, the big idea is simple but powerful. A drug's movement is not decided only by its chemical structure, but also by the environment around it. When you understand this, you begin to predict drug absorption, distribution, and elimination, which is the heart of pharmacokinetics and practical pharmacology. In the end, it is not just the drug that matters. The environment decides the journey. Thank you for listening. Stay curious, stay ethical, stay clinically relevant. See you next time on Pharmacology Tricks of the Trade. Disclaimer: this content is intended for educational purposes only. It reflects original commentary, does not reproduce copyrighted material, is not sponsored, and does not replace professional medical judgment. Bye.